flock technology, license plate readers, surveillance, privacy, and the future of the Fourth Amendment. This clip is taken from Wartown is Flocked, a 3-hour presentation by Daniel Louis Crumpton. For the complete presentation, visit downloadedcontent.com. Now, let's continue.
So, anyway, there's your council comments on this whole thing is let's pass the buck. We got bosses. You're not the boss of us. And everybody has a cell phone, so it's okay for us to mass surveil you. Now, as I said, Charlie Bibb is going to come back one more time on some stuff. But first, I think Madam Mayor had her comments. So let's get to Madam Mayor's comments. So now we're going to hear Madam Mayor's response before we get back to Charlie Bibb's second response. Even though they're not supposed to respond to citizens' comments, let's hear what LaRhonda has to say.
Thank you to all the councilmen up here for your comments. And I'm going to go ahead and make my comments now too. About 15 minutes ago, we were given 72 hours to respond about a subject, and I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. The answer is, number one, Rolling Thunder did not belong to the City of Warner Robins or the City of Warner Robins Police Department. It belonged to the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. None of that includes the City of Warner Robins as far as the owner. We have to conform to the higher governments. That's why it was here. We did not bring it, we did not run it, but it was on our turf, you are correct. And we do not agree with some of the things that were done. But again, everybody has a boss. Everybody has someone outranks them, and we are outranked, unbeknownst to some, by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, and that is who owns Rolling Thunder. We did as we are required to do in the City of Warner Robins. That doesn't mean that the next time we will not have different rules, we will not have different requirements to make sure what you all saw does not occur again on the soil here in Warner Robins. And that is our mission. We make sure the record is completely clear. That did not belong to us. Number two, we have some comments by individuals who know my number. You all know me. You know my phone number. If you ever have a question about something like that major, that affects you and impacts you so negatively that you account to this government body right here, call me. Call me. If we're friends, we are friends till the end. And the end hasn't come yet. So you call me, and I will answer whatever question you have, good, bad, or indifferent. I will answer the questions because I need to make sure you are at peace with what decisions we make here as a body, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're not going to agree every time, and that's totally fine. Friends don't agree all the time. Families don't agree all the time. Mother and son, father and daughter, spouses don't always agree, and that should be no love lost. But call me next time if you have my number, because you all do. Number three, when it comes to our criminal surveillance cameras, it is exactly as described, criminal surveillance. We only go and pull the footage if we are asked with proper cause that a crime has occurred in a location in which a camera will pick up. That is the only time we check. So we pull the camera if you guys tell us to. If you don't say nothing, we don't pull the camera. So we are not sitting there watching people's moves. I don't want anybody watching how I move. Do you? How about you? How about y'all? We don't want that. How about you, Chief? You want people watching it? Nope, we don't. So we agree with you. But that's not what our cameras do. They do run the whole time. But we are people of integrity. We make sure we follow the rules, processes, and procedures to utilize our flock camera system and any other AI-related pro-policing mechanism we choose to use in the City of Warner Robins. So it may feel uncomfortable, but I'm telling you, we don't pull it unless we're asked. And if that were not true, then we would know every crime, every bad act that occurred on our city grounds before anybody ever reports it. And we don't. because we don't have time to look at these cameras unless you tell us to look. Now, if you tell us to look, we're going to look. But just have comfort in your heart to know that we don't intend to violate anybody unless somebody has violated you. Okay? So, with that, my friends, call me. Okay? Don't block me on your social media. We're friends today, and I'm not going anywhere. So take it or leave it. We're friends, and we can disagree. We disagree sometimes too. Call me. Okay.
Okay, LaRhonda, I love you to death, and we're friends. And I totally disagree with you on this issue, as you know. For one, there's a lot to unpack there, okay? You guys do own Rolling Thunder. Sorry. Because of the federal grant that you signed with the heat trucks or whatever, you own this. Like, you own Rolling Thunder, okay? And here's the thing. When they come back to do it again, because you've already signed contracts, you know what you're going to do when they tell you what their rules are? You're not going to do anything. You know why you're not going to do anything? You told us in this city council meeting, all of you did. You got bosses and you're outranked. So you just told us you don't have the power to tell them no. So guess what? In the future, there's nothing you're going to do. But you guys do own Rolling Thunder. You brought it here through federal grants and contracts that you signed. This is yours. You have to own Rolling Thunder. I'm so sorry. The other thing is this. The camera system, look, you guys are trying to distance yourselves by saying we don't pull the footage. Okay, that's moot. There is an AI system that never blinks and never sleeps. And it is watching all the time. So to try to disassociate flesh and blood meat puppets going and pulling footage is very, very deceitful. It's a 3-card Monty, okay? And, you know, I have in the Orwell Was Right playlist gone over multiple horror stories where nobody went and pulled footage, but the AI system triggered a series of events that causes great injury to people just trying to live their lives because of, you know, the AI having a glitch and sending out flags to local law enforcement that do incredibly horrific things. Okay. So you guys don't try to separate yourself in this way from Flock, saying we don't go pull the footage and we are people of integrity. Look, even if I gave you a little bit of grace and went with the people of integrity, you may not always be there. Okay. And you can't vouch for the integrity of every single person who has access to Flock. There are multiple lawsuits already across the country where people in police departments have been stalking their ex-wives and their ex-wives' lover and their girlfriends and girls that they want to find out what their patterns are so they can meet up at a bar or whatever. The misuses of this Flock system are already there for anybody with a keyboard to go and Google. Okay? So, no. I'm not buying the we're people of integrity that only pull the footage and it only, you know, this thing's running all the time, guys. And like I said, the all-seeing eye of the digital Aramon never sleeps and it never blinks. So great, you're people of integrity. It doesn't negate the fact that the people are being surveilled by this system 24 hours a day. Okay? So I apologize. I know it's an election season, okay? And this didn't go with the script of everybody is one big happy family and all that good stuff. But I'm so sorry. We are friends. But LaRhonda, friends don't let friends set up police states. And I'm telling you, there is no way that, like I said prior, if any of you actually read your good book and look at what this technology is capable of. And if you're people of conscience, there's no way you can continue to support this for your progeny. This is not the world you want your kids to grow up in. And again, the scapegoating with we all have a boss that outranks us. I would once again ask, in your hierarchy, are we the people your boss or not? Just be honest and say, no, I don't give a fuck what you people think. Stop interrupting our stage production with your redress of grievance. Look, man, I'm sorry, but you can be friends with any of these people, and we could all be friends, and we could all disagree. But when it comes to something as critical and as fundamental as the Fourth Amendment and the Fifth Amendment protections, this is not something that we can just be friendly and go, well, we could just agree to disagree and be friends. That's a way to disarm people who are legitimately concerned about what this system is capable of. And it's not cool to do that, you know? And to be honest with you guys, you know, I felt some kind of a way. I thought that I had slighted LaRhonda I didn't plan on blackballing her or anything with this, but clearly Rolling Thunder triggered me, and clearly Flock triggers me. And guess what? Anybody with any good sense, it ought to trigger you too. And you ought to get upset about it. And you ought to let these people know that you're upset about it once you educate yourself about it. And don't let them blow smoke up your skirt that this is, you know, only angels are controlling this system. If only, but that's not the case. That's not the case. So once again, you know, like I said, LaRhonda, I love you to death. And I prayed for you to have an epiphany about it doesn't matter how good it looks to get awards or recognition for Smart City and all of that stuff. All that stuff is going to burn one day. But I'll tell you what, the world and the community that you're passing off to your children up there with an AI God that tracks, traces, and databases your children forever. And they're going to grow up in a world where that's normal. And you guys have to give an account for that. Normalizing a nanny state and a police state. You guys are going to stand in front of a judge, and he is going to bring this up and go, "The fuck were you thinking? What are you going to, what is your excuse going to be when you're standing in front of Stan, the man? We got an award for it." He's going to be like, you helped build the Antichrist world. What are you, stupid? Jesus Christ, guys. Break the fourth wall. For real.
Want to hear full episodes? Follow downloaded content on the platform of your choice. For exclusive articles, early releases, and members-only transmissions delivered straight to your inbox, subscribe to the DLC newsletter at downloadedcontent.com. Between the lines of Genesis 6 and beyond the books of Enoch is another tale that weaves the tapestry of our myths together. Then Came the Flood by Daniel Louis Crumpton. The Watchers have vanished. Judgment is coming. And one aging warrior must cross the ancient world to uncover the truth before the waters rise. Then Came the Flood, a novel from Daniel Louis Crumpton. Available now wherever books are sold. Downloadedcontent.com, where pneumatics go to play.